Hello, my name is Toby Hargis, and this is my final presentation for the class Principles of Persuasion. I'm taking this class in the semester of fall of 2024, and this is my junior year. Um, Today's topic is going to be about the socioeconomic bias that is prevalent in the advertisement of luxury goods. Without further ado, let's get started. What is a luxury good? A luxury good is a product or service that is non-essential, but it is desired greatly amongst the populace. And it's also often associated with wealth and high social status, and often these goods are heavily branded and attached to a company name. For example, the workers providing the service of a luxury company will oftentimes be wearing the name of the company on their shirts. Or, for example, if I buy a luxury car, um, the luxury company's name is going to be on the car. Examples of some luxury brands include Gucci, Dior, Lexus, Conrad, and Louis Vuitton. And as you can kind of see from this list, a lot of time, more often than not, luxury brands are fashion related. But there is a fashion spectrum, not a fashion, a luxury spectrum for almost any single part of the economy. For example, in the food industry, I can buy a $2 hamburger from McDonald's, or I can go to a really luxury steakhouse and buy a $50 steak. It really just all depends. My thesis on this topic is that luxury brands create advertisement campaigns that intentionally portray and idealize exclusivity and wealth. This is done through imagery and messaging that tie luxury with social status and privilege. This influences consumer behavior and ultimately it reinforces class separation that was already there in a society. A lot of times there's unspoken persuasive intention. Luxury brands aim their ads to catch the attention of the wealthy and to dissuade those of lower income. They almost always use heavy imagery and never come outright and inform you about their product. They always have their product in a scene of some kind. These scenes resemble luxury and high prices that are a staple of these advertisements. Luxury advertisers, they try to display top of the line quality to justify their prices. Um, as we can see here, we have some examples on the right of scenes that resemble luxury and high prices. As we can see here, all these individuals wearing very nice clothing, very nice carpet, very nice tapestry, expensive perfumes. Down here, we have a very rich celebrity, Tom Holland. Um, he is on a what appears to be a California terrace with a very nice view that I'm sure was not cheap. Here we see that luxury advertisements heavily fall under Gas and Cedar's concepts of social proof and consensus. A lot of successful luxury ad campaigns feature a famous and rich celebrity's endorsement or cameo. As we can see here, Johnny Depp, Zendaya, and Jennifer Lawrence. As you can see, I can list all these people off the top of my head, and that kind of applies to the social proof. People conform to these individuals, people look up to these individuals, and these companies realize that, and they want to use that for themselves. They want to use their image to boost their own. They want people to conform to their product as the symbol of ultimate status. Different ideologies also throughout the world. They have different desires for luxury goods. It really depends where you are in the world. And also, they use these individuals to subconsciously deliver a message to lower social classes that these products aren't for you. You're not supposed to conform to these products unless you can regularly purchase them if you have a high enough net income. The elaboration likelihood model that Gas and Cedar refer to is also very prevalent with and can be applied to luxury advertisements. Gas and Cedar describe ELM as a foundation for how persuasion operates through different cognitive pathways. Um, this cognitive pathway that luxury advertisers use is almost exclusively the peripheral route, which means that they don't inform you at all about their product. They just give you external cues about to persuade you to think about these products or services in a certain light. Uh, as we can see here from Conrad Hotels and Resorts, this advertisement, we have a beautiful woman in beautiful clothing. Then I'm in the back, we have servants of all kinds, a clean lobby, almost swept to perfection. And as we can see here down here, with all of these nations that Conrad Hotels are in, this is a global company. This is a company that ultimately makes a lot of money and establishes themselves as a luxury icon. Luxury advertisers use different techniques than normal advertisers. Their ultimate goal is to attract the wealthy and to dissuade the poor from buying their products. Luxury advertisers, something that I found out in my research, they find that if they put their ads in high places, for example, if they put a billboard up, they're going to have this billboard higher than all the others around it. Or if they have like a cookie ad, almost an ad that'll pop up on your screen as a luxury ad, it's almost always going to be right at the top of the screen. Oddly enough, they find that top of the line items, if they're put in high enough places, oddly enough, it'll increase their sales, which I thought was really cool. Here on the right, we have an example of Haagen-Dazs ice cream advertisement. As most of you already know, Haagen-Dazs isn't necessarily a luxury brand. You can go to almost any store in America and you can buy in what, $8 to $12. You can buy a pint of Haagen-Dazs. It's not crazy. But what they're trying to do here is they're trying to mimic that of luxury advertisers. A beautiful color palette. They have diamonds surrounding what is ice cream. It really screams luxury, and that's what they're going for. Another concept that is really important to this idea of luxury advertisements is the perceived price threshold. Rather than associating quality with a luxury good, consumers believe that a product or service is considered luxury once it reaches a certain perceived price threshold. For example, if I go to Walmart and I buy a wallet, it'll be like $10. But if I'll go to a Gucci store and I buy a wallet, I will look at the wallet that is made of the same things as the Walmart wallet, but because it is $200, for example, at a very high price point, I'm going to look at it as a luxury product. And that is kind of how the system has been designed. Luxury brands, they understand this and they utilize it to their advantage and at the disadvantage of consumers. But ultimately, they still buy these products. Different peoples of different cultures, they also observe this concept differently of a perceived price threshold. It really just depends on where you're going. Um, maybe a perceived price threshold won't be as high as it would be in America, in, for example, Europe, like different parts of like Central Europe. I don't think there really is a huge prevalence of luxury items there. A good um, quote that I found in my research by Marcel Wanders is that luxury starts where functionality ends and where the true value is personal, and so it has no price or reason. The demand for luxury. Different ideologies, cultures, and peoples have different desires for luxury goods. It really just depends on where you're at in the world. More often than not, where more people are in urban areas, there is going to be a higher demand for luxury goods. People want to impress people more when there's more people around. In the USA, this is applied to not just the socioeconomic spectrum, but also the political spectrum. For example, we just had the 2024 election. Um, a lot of areas that are urban, they typically vote Democratic, they vote blue. In these areas, there is a much higher demand for luxury items. There's more people around. These people want to display themselves as luxury. They want to display themselves as wealthy. But in urban areas, red areas, there's really no reason. It's not if you have a luxury item, it's people are almost kind of confused. Luxury really ultimately it's different for everyone. It's seen differently by everyone. It really all just depends on your spectrum and what you think of the products. In conclusion, luxury brands are biased in whom they sell to. Because of their wealthy target market, they need people who can afford their products and their insane price points. They utilize immoral advertising, but they are incentivized to advertise the way they do because of the capitalistic economy. Luxury isn't the final thing I want to leave in your head before I depart here is that luxury is not directly associated with quality, but rather exclusivity of a social class. I want to thank you all for your time and thank you, Professor, for watching this video.